we stopped on active and passive voice. If you remember in our last class, we talked about the simple present, changing from simple present to passive. Remember, once again, you can be given something in the passive and ask you to change it over to active. So while you look at the two, take note of the form in the passive and the form in the active. Today we are continuing with present tense, but present continuous tense. I want you also to remember that for a verb to change to passive voice, it must be a transitive verb. In other words, it must have something to act upon. Intransitive verbs are not changed to passive. For instance, if I say Mary dances very well, will I say, well, dances very merry? So you find out now that it cannot suit because there is no object that receives the action of dance. So in that case, the dance in that sentence is intransitive and cannot change to passive. But where you have the verb that acts on something, then in that case you have a transitive verb, and that transitive verb will now be changed to passive. In that case, you are now more interested in the object than the subject when you change over to passive. Then I mentioned also that we change active and passive according to tense. Under present tense, we have done simple present. Today we are looking at present continuous. Once again, refresh your memory with the form of the present continuous form of the verb. Remember, the present continuous tense talks about the action that is going on at the moment. And with that, you should know the form of the verb, the auxiliary and the main verb in the progressive form. So let us look at our sentences. You notice I said here, for us to form the passive form of the present continuous tense, we make use of the auxiliary, which is be. Then the be again will be in the progressive form to show the continuous form of the action. Then the main verb now be comes in the past participle. You can look at the examples on the board. You have the active form and the passive form. The active form, the students are writing the exercise. So the action of writing is on the exercise. Now, if we are interested in the exercise among those who are writing it, we will not have it. The exercise is being written by the students. Take note again, students here in the subject is the subject and it's in the plural form, but exercise is singular. That's why I now have the singular verb is. The exercise is being written by the students. Now here, I have a question. This is to show you that we can still have active and passive form in the question form. So here I have, is the cat chasing the mouse? Here, I'm interested in the cat performing the action. But in the passive voice, the action now, or the receiver of the action is my concern. So I now have, is the mouse being chased by the cat? The being here makes it progressive, that is continuous. Then here I have, the boys are eating the cakes. Boys plural, cakes plural. Then I have, the cakes are being eaten by the boys. Because if we go by the meaning of this sentence, that means that as you look on, you see the boys eating the cake, or you see the cakes being eaten by the boys. So here, we have now talked about the active and the passive form. Remember once again, you can change from passive to active. Be prepared to do the same. That is, either you are given passive and asked to change to active, or you are given active to change to passive. For more and better explanations, you can consult Brighter Grammar Book 3, a comprehensive guide in English. So the next step now is for us to look at present perfect tense. So for the present perfect tense, we have the auxiliary as have and has, plus the present, the past participle of the verb be, and then past participle of the main verb. Now let us remember something. At times, students confuse been. This is present continuous or the progressive form. Progressive or present participle. And this is past participle. So let us be conscious of this so that we don't have to use this in place of this one or this one in place of this. If you remember what we did in the present continuous form, you notice that we use this one to show the continuous action. This one shows the perfected action. Then has and have makes it present perfect. So here are some examples. Here are the active, in the active voice, and this is the passive form. So I have in the active form, the students have written the assignment. Now here I'm interested in that particular assignment. I now have the assignment has been written by the students. Assignment here is singular. And please let us remember, where we start with the indefinite article, let us not replace it with definite article. If we start with definite, let us not replace it with indefinite, because that will change the intention of the speaker. So here, the postman has delivered the letter. The letter has been delivered by the postman. I will not change it to a letter because by saying the letter, we are talking about a particular letter. But if you are now say the postman has delivered a letter, then I will say a letter has been delivered by the postman, meaning that I don't know the particular letter, no specific letter. But with the article the, I believe that the person I'm addressing knew or knows about the letter I'm talking of. Then here, a car has hit the post. This is a typical example of what I mean. So you now have a car, no particular car. So I now have the post has been hit by a car. Let us be conscious. Hit is one of the verbs, the irregular verbs that have just about 3 of 2 forms. For instance, you have cut. You don't have the past tense or past participle of cut is cut. The same thing with hit. Then I have here now, have the boys eaten the cakes? This one in the question form. So I have again, have the cakes been eaten by the boys? Then here, this is plural. I want to use the singular. Has the cat killed a rat? This one, no particular cat, no particular rat. I now have, has a rat been killed by a cat? So we know now, remember once again, I might decide, maybe when we are one-on-one, I will now give you passive and ask you to change them for me to active. So it is better you take note of the forms of these active and passive forms and the tenses, the way they are changed to active or passive form. So we stop here for now. Next time we look at the past tense form in the active and passive voice. Thank you.